Hello. How's it going, everyone? It has been such a long time since I posted a video. Just been super busy. A lot of things going on. I printed some of my parts, my intake, and I actually tried it on my engine. And I just found out, and whenever I put it on the engine would just kind of just bog down at high RPM when I give it full throttle. And it was like, I was like, what was going on? That wasn't the point of it. The whole point was to give it better performance, not to, slow it down. And today I was like, okay, so I've had it running on and off for like maybe 2 weeks. So today I was like, okay, that's it. So I took it apart, I took it off the engine, and I butchered it with a knife to maybe a third of the size, a third of the length of the intake tube. And turns out the inside of it was seriously small in diameter. So I'm guessing that's what was really holding the engine back. What I did was I cut away the low diameter part, the small diameter parts of that intake tube, and I just glued it back together. And I was gonna put it back on tonight, but it's like 12:30 a.m. already, and I'm trying to lose some weight, trying to get back in shape because I put on so much weight after COVID hit and I had to stay home. So I'll probably give it a try tomorrow, and I'll see how it goes. I'm hoping just the logic behind it, to me, it's like it's like crystal clear. You're giving the engine a bit more air to breathe. So that's the theory. And just all I gotta do is just prove the theory right. I think I can use the continuity equation, but I just need to have some, for me to do that, I need to have like a good night's sleep and a nice cup of coffee and just sit down on my desk and work out the numbers and see how, because I believe there should be an increase like in air, like there should be less restrictions to the air entering the engine. And another thing that I thought of, why most engine makers like motorcycles and stuff like that, why don't they have their intake facing forward? I'm guessing it's because all the horrible things that might find their way into the engine. Now I've had my intake on, and I remember this one time I had it on, and the road was kind of wet, and like the intake pipe was orange, and it turned black, and that was like after a 10-minute ride. So I'm guessing then, had the intakes been facing forward, they wouldn't need a lot of like a very short service interval. So that's what I've been doing lately, and that's about it. Hopefully I'll be able to try it out again tomorrow and see what the outcome is, and I'm hoping it clears up, like the diameter that I did, the large diameters help the engine to flow that just tiny bit more air. And I know it's not that much, but when you look at like racing teams, when you look at like Formula One or look at whatever, that's how or you look at like drag racing or whatever, this is how they work. They work, if they shave off, if they can take off 0.5 seconds of a run, or 1 second off a lap, you know, a second here, a second there, and that's how you make the gains. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I mean, I'm kind of going all out now, because if things don't pick up with this engine, then God forbid I'll have to work for someone, which I don't want to do. Although I will have to, for me to get my engineering license, I'm forced to work under the supervision of a qualified professional, like a professional engineer. So it's going to be a really tough, few months. But inshallah, God willing, I'm always optimistic. You know, there's a pandemic, a stay-home order. The tons of people are at home, but I'm still optimistic. Yalla, let's see how it goes. Stay safe, and wish me luck. See ya.